So today we will be seeing one of the array operation, that is the search. So for that, what functionality is required? You require the array and you have to initialize that array. Then you will ask the user to enter the item which user want to search in the entire array. And then once the user enter that item, then simply traverse your each and every element. We have seen how to perform traversing. We traverse the array. We will be simultaneously checking whether that array element actually it is equal to the item which user want to search. If it is equal, well and good, we will return the index of that array element. If it is not equal, then we will proceed to access other elements and to see whether that element is equal to the item which user want to search. And finally, if that item we don't get in the entire array, in that case we will simply tell the user that the item is not found in the array. What coding we will be writing in the C. Once I am initializing my array, then I will ask user to enter the item which user want to search. So therefore I am declaring it int item. Scanf is used to take the input from the user. What I have done, I have also written LOC, that is location is equal to search, and then I am passing this array and I am passing this item. Why I have written LOC? What is LOC? So here LOC, before using it we need to declare it. It is of the data type integer. So in this search function we will return the index actually if that item is found and return 0. So now let's see what the search function will have. I will simply take a flag. It doesn't find that item in the entire array. I will simply return this flag. So what will be returned then? Minus will be returned. So therefore where it will return? From where it was called the search function at this line. So this value will get us -1, and then I will check, I will take the if condition, that is if log item not found. Not or else item found, LOC, that is the index of it, and then return 0 finally. So now let us see integer. So we can also pass this max here, that is the size of the array, and here so therefore we will have one more variable, that is integer n. Like this you can do, and then for I is equal to I less than n, then I plus plus. And in this for loop, what we are supposed to do, we have to traverse in this whole array one by one. So if array subscript I is equal, if this condition is satisfied, then simply return I. What does it mean? It means that while traversing the array one by one, if at any point I found that element to be equal to item which user want to search, then simply I will return I. I will be the index where the element is present. So when I do return, then the control comes outside the for loop and it will finally return. And where it will return at this line from where it was called. It was called from this line in the main function. So it will return here, and then LOC will be, we are having the index. So if that the item is found, so this condition will not be satisfied because we are returning the index. Therefore if will be not satisfied, and therefore the else block will be executed saying item found and the index where the item is found, and then return. So this if this loop is iterated till end and we don't, this condition is not satisfied, that is the item is not present in this array, and each time when it doesn't find the item in the array, that is in the array element is not equal to that item, finally this for loop will come to the end, and in that case we will return here flag. Here what will happen, the user give here the item to be 10, giving item as 10. That is user want to search this item 10 in this whole array. So therefore what this item is 10, therefore the search function will be called, item is passed here, and therefore here we are having item. So here finally what will happen, a flag is initialized to -1. This is the first line in this function, and then in this for loop will go from I is equal to 0, I less than n, that is complete size. What is n? N is what? N is simply your max, that is the 7, and it will check each and every time. So finally we know that this whole array is not having 10. So the loop will go from 0 to n actually, and this condition will not satisfy. Finally this loop will come to the end, and finally it will return flag, that is -1. and therefore once it return -1, this condition is checked, it is satisfied, and therefore we will get this message item not found in the array. But if the user doesn't give 10, if the user suppose give 3, in that case what will happen? First of all, 3 if the user give, 3 is present here at the index 2. So at the index 2, I is equal to 2, this condition will be satisfied and it will return the index. Therefore, you will get at the LOC the index. This is not satisfied, and you will get item found and the index that is 2. So this is how it will work in order to search the element, the item in your array. So you can see how much time is required here, what will be the time complexity. So it depends. If your item is not found in the entire array, that will be the worst case. So it will take n number of times, that is order of n. It will take that much amount of time. But if the element is found at middle of your array, in that case, how much elements it has passed, depending upon that number of elements, that much time, it will be order of that much elements. So depending upon the index where the item is found, that much number of time will take. So this is the operation for the search function, and this is the time complexity which I have mentioned. For the best case will be if the item is found, if the user give 5. So at the beginning only, if you found the element, you don't need to traverse the entire array. So this is the best case, and the worst case is when you don't find the item, or you find the item at the end. That will be the worst case. So this is how this will work.